You're back, hey. We back. Welcome everyone to this episode on the Ultimate Sports TV, guys. Dak Prescott went down with a gruesome ankle injury versus the Giants. God bless him. But Andy Dalton would step in as the backup quarterback and win this Dallas Cowboys team the game with a late comeback to set up Greg Zuerlein to hit a game-winning field goal. There's been a lot of questions aired, including is if Andy Dalton, how far can he take the Dallas Cowboys? Well, I'm going to tell you my answer to that question right after you subscribe to the Ultimate Sports TV, because I want what's best for you. Do yourself a favor, because if you are not subscribed to the Ultimate Sports TV, you are missing out on a lot, because this is the hot spot. You get lots and lots of hot from the Ultimate Sports TV spot. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the TUSTV squad. Then like this video for me, share this video and YouTube channel to anyone, anywhere. Then comment down below if you think the Cowboys will be okay without Dak Prescott, and how far do you think Andy Dalton will take this Dallas Cowboys team. Alright people, how far will Andy Dalton take the Dallas Cowboys? Well, in my mind, he's going to take them to the playoffs. I think they'll win the division. I think they'll go 8-8, but the wild card round will be as far as the Cowboys go, with the quarterback like Andy Dalton, knowing you've lost Dak Prescott, who is a top 10 and better quarterback than Andy Dalton. But everyone, a big reason why Andy Dalton will take them to the playoffs, it's because he's in this NFC East division that is just horrible. It is wide open. The record altogether as of week 5, after week 5, is 4-15-1. You heard me. 4-15-1 after 20 games in all from all 4 teams. 4-15-1. That is horrible. You know, the Cowboys could even go to the playoffs with a 7-9 record in this division because of how the NFL works. Because if you do win a division, you are going to get in that division leaders ladder and you will get into the playoffs. I think the Cowboys could easily go 7-9 and still make the playoffs in this division. It's a super easy division, and if the Cowboys do the right things and win the games they are supposed to win, Andy Dalton will help the Cowboys get to the playoffs. Everyone, let's also not forget, he is leading in quarterbacking in an offense that has loads of talent with Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, Ceedee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Michael Schwartz. Dalton is he's very capable of being a serviceable quarterback, especially with all of the weapons on this team. He's led a team to the playoffs before, but if you want to get the best out of Andy Dalton, you got to put him in a run-heavy situation just like he was in Cincinnati when he went to the playoffs. You have to make this offense and build it around Ezekiel Elliott. Make this a run-heavy offense to limit Andy Dalton's mistakes, and that's when you will get the best Andy Dalton. Not having him make a lot of mistakes and put him in the best position to be great and get the ball to your wide receivers and go down and help you win a game. And also, they'll still be able to make big plays with their wideouts because the attention will be on this ground game and the run-heavy offense for the Cowboys, making Zeke the focal point and kind of making them forget about the wide receivers on the outside and allowing big plays because they're so focused on stopping the run. So it's also good for Dalton to have all these weapons, because all the attention can't be on one wide receiver, neither can it only be on Ezekiel Elliott or just this wide receiver core. That's what makes it so great for Andy Dalton. He has so many options and so many things to just throw a defense off for him to be able to take this Cowboys team to the playoffs after Dak Prescott has went down. But this offensive line is a concern for me, though. We'll see if they can really protect Andy Dalton and get the best out of this. And that's also where the Cowboys will miss Dak Prescott, and that's his mobility. You're going to miss Dak Prescott's mobility when a defense brings a blitz and this offensive line can't really protect them, but Dak can roll out and take advantage of the blitz because of the lack of coverage in the middle of the field, and he can gain some yardage with his mobility. Andy Dalton can't really do that, and that is one way you will miss Dak Prescott in this offense. But again, you have to make this offense Zeke central and run the ball heavy to limit Andy Dalton's mistakes, and you will still be able to get the ball to your great wideouts. And Ceedee, when we're also talking about team success, we also got to talk about the other side of the ball for this Cowboys team. We cannot forget that this Cowboys defense has been horrible, and it's been the worst defense in the entire NFL. This defense will hold this team back in a good amount of games this season, but Andy Dalton has to make sure he can do the right thing, and if they do make Zeke the central and focal point of this offense, it will have them working well, because then you'll have the offense on the field most of the time and really keep that defense off the field. But this defense is a worry because they will be on the field sometimes. They have horrible tendency, and it's just been horrible throughout this season. This offense will have to do a lot, and I think running the ball heavy will help that, with the lack of effort on defense and, just like I said, bad tendencies, bad pass defense, horrible run defense. They give up a lot of points, but you can give pass rush on this defensive line that can give some pressures to the other team. But this defense is going to be a problem throughout the season. It's inevitable. It has been inevitable from the start of the season. There is no effort. They have horrible tendencies, and it's going to be fixed by maybe more communication and getting more personnel and depth. We'll see what the Cowboys can do with the trade deadline. They need to get more depth in this secondary and in that linebacker room. Losing Leighton Vander Esch for a couple weeks will be it has been a hit, but this defense has to step up. But that's why I say, hey, run heavy with this offense. Make Zeke the focal point so you don't have to have this defense on the field so much. And again, it also helps Andy Dalton in limiting the turnovers and mistakes from this quarterback. Another reason why I think Andy Dalton will take the Cowboys to the playoffs is because he doesn't have much of a tough schedule. Now, next week, week 6 and Monday Night Football, they do play the Cardinals. I don't think that'll be a win here. I'm going to predict the rest of the schedule. I think this week 6 matchup versus the Cardinals will be a loss. Then they play the Washington Football Team in week 7. I'll give that a win. Then they play the Philadelphia Eagles in week 8. I'll give that a win. Then they play the Steelers in week 9. I'll give that a loss because of the Steelers' great defense and offense that can roll over bad defenses. Now, the Vikings in week 11 after the bye week, I'll give them the win there. Against the Washington Football Team in week 12, I'll give them the win there. Versus the Ravens, I'll give them a loss there in week 13. In week 14, I'll give them a loss versus the Bengals. Week 15, I'll give them a win versus the 49ers. In week 16, I'll give them a loss versus the Eagles. And in week 17, I'll give them a win versus the Giants. So I think the Cowboys will go 8-8 with Andy Dalton. It'll be good enough to get into the playoffs and win this division because this division is so bad. I just think losing Dak will hurt them. If they did have Dak, maybe I'd have them going 10-6 or 9-7 and probably winning some games versus the Bengals or maybe the Cardinals or the Steelers. But I just think Andy Dalton will do enough to get this team to the playoffs in this division. I think if the Cowboys do all the right things that they have to with Andy Dalton, they will be in a great position to make the playoffs and have a record that is above 500 and at least make the playoffs in this horrible division. They just need to make Ezekiel Elliott the focal point of this offense and win the games that they are supposed to, because when you lose the games that you are supposed to win and you should win, it's going to have a major setback in the season, especially because you don't have that really blaster and really great defense, and because you don't have Dak Prescott on this team right now. But I do believe Andy Dalton is in a great position with the Cowboys right now to succeed, just as long as they make Ezekiel Elliott the focal point of this offense and make sure you bring the best out of Andy Dalton. Everyone, tell me what you think in the comments down below. How far will the Cowboys go with Andy Dalton at the helm as quarterback? Comment down below what you think on this topic, guys. This is the Ranker of the Ultimate Sports TV, aka Malik Hicks, signing off. I'll see you next time. Have a great day and a good night. Peace, and I'll see you in my next one.